If you tried connecting ChatGPT to Meta Ads and it did not work, this is the reason why. We have a new updated method that we need to use. We no longer need developer mode and we no longer need to use apps. Instead, ChatGPT added plugins now, and we are going to use plugins for the full setup. This whole process is going to take about 2 minutes, it's totally free, and it's official from Meta. I'll show the exact step by step, and then I'm going to show a couple cool prompts at the end on how you can utilize the AI in your ad account. So let's get started. So here's the setup, basically 7 steps. We need to open up ChatGPT and on the left side search for plugins. Once you have the plugins, click on this plus icon to add a new one. And here you can add an icon, you can name it. I'm just going to name it Meta Ads MCP server. You can add a description, but it's optional. The important part is going to be the connection. So for the connection, we need to use this URL. I'm also going to drop this inside the pinned comment. Go back and under connection, paste the URL. You don't need to change anything else here, just understand and continue and go ahead and create your plugin. Next, you are going to see a notification like this. To add Meta Ads server to ChatGPT, you need to log in with your Facebook and confirm access and everything else. So sign up with Meta Ads MCP server, click on this, and it's going to take you to your personal Facebook. I was logged into my business account, so I need to switch to my personal one. Let's hit continue. Here you just need to go and follow the step-by-step guide. Basically, Facebook is going to ask you which Facebook page, Instagram page, business account and ad account you want to connect to the MCP. It's easiest if you connect all your accounts. So hit continue, and once you finish, you'll see this notification that the Meta Ads MCP server is installed, everything's green, and everything's looking great. Here you can also change the permissions from the default setting, but I wouldn't touch it. By default, it's going to allow low risk actions, and you can also allow all actions or always ask for permission. The standard, the default one is going to be just fine. So let's go back and start a new conversation. And before I share all the prompts, let's just test if the MCP server was connected correctly. So here's a prompt you can use. Confirm all the ad accounts you have access to through this Meta Ads MCP connection. So just copy this, go back. So to search for your plugins, you need to just write a plus icon and then type for your plugin. So this is going to be Meta Ads MCP server. Once we have it, just send the prompt and let's see what we get. Alright, so here's the full list, all the other accounts that I can use with MCP. Now, some of you might not have access to the MCP server. Meta is still rolling out the feature and it's not available for all ad accounts and for all locations. I also have a couple examples like that here at the bottom, accessible but MCP is not enabled, and then it's going to say that the connection says MCP access is still being rolled out for these accounts. Once you confirm access and you can start using ChatGPT, before I share the prompts, you need to keep in mind that you still need accurate tracking and attribution. If you have a lead generation or an e-commerce business, your data has to be on point because that's the only way Meta and ChatGPT is going to know that this was your winning ad because it tracked all the 15 or the 150 purchases. Because if your tracking is off, your data is also not going to be clear and it's going to be impossible to optimize. It's still best if you give full context to the AI. So if you start a new conversation, let's say you are a freelancer and you manage 15 different ad accounts. For each ad account, I would start a new conversation, and inside each conversation, I would start with a brief. So the website of the brand, what we are selling, the ideal customer profile is going to help AI to give you better advice and have more context. And also you still need a basic methods understanding because it's just going to tell you the basic data, but if you cannot ask the proper questions, it's going to give you bad output. So you need to be sure about what to ask and how to optimize, because if Meta is just going to tell you, oh, your click-through rates are amazing, it's over 5%, you'll be happy, but you have no conversions because those are coming from, let's say, the audience network. And unless you ask for a platform breakdown, you will never find the issue. For the use cases, you can use reporting, daily decisions, creative iteration, setting up new ads and ad sets. It's going to save so much time. It's great for agencies and, as I mentioned earlier, freelancers as well. What's great about these use cases is you can do it manually, or you can also automate it using an agent. For example, every morning you can set up a daily report so it pulls the data from yesterday and the day before and it compares the performance by percentages, and gives you a couple ideas on what to change. I listed a couple prompts here that I often use. For example, analyzing the Meta ad account like a senior media buyer, tell me what's working and what's not working. Okay, so here's the report for the last 30 days for this particular ad account. Now, if you are selling media buying services or you are just selling audits, this used to take about an hour or 2 hours if you did a great job. Now it took 5 minutes for the AI. You can see here it worked for 5 minutes and 12 seconds and it only finished because I told it to answer now. We have all the account level results, what's working, that the ABO campaign is in the clear control, how the ROAS are better, and it's also doing the calculations for you, so you no longer need to set up the custom metrics. It's still great to have them, but it's going to calculate the initiated checkouts to purchases, what's the percentage. It also tells you what's wasting spend and what to do about it. And then it also catches the problem of the add to carts. 94% of the visitors don't add anything to the cart. So here we can see from page view to add to cart, from add to cart to checkout, and from checkout to purchases. We can see all the percentages. It also gives us 3 test ideas for the next round and basically reasons for everything. So why make a certain change, how it's going to affect performance, and what the expectation is. So this first prompt is pretty strong. And then next I have 2 prompts focusing on the creative strategy, the top ads by ROAS, what format, what angle is working best, and then also based on the best performing ads, some new ad concepts that we have not tried yet. Because with Andromeda, creatives are super important and these prompts are going to give you a great idea. Previously on the channel, I also had a live training on how to create lifestyle realistic images using AI. I also use ChatGPT, so check out that video or comment if you want to see that video as a full guide on the channel as a standalone video. Next, I just asked for a month-over-month report comparing the spend and ROAS, and I also asked it to visualize the data. So let's see. Alright, so this is why I asked it to visualize the data, because it's interactive and you can actually switch around the ad spend, the purchases, the CPA. You can see the spend, for example. You also have a slider that you can adjust for more data. And as you move the slider, you'll notice that the feedback is also changing. Here we have the full breakdown, the change in ad spend, the ROAS doubled basically, the purchases are way up, the cost per acquisition is down by almost 50%. So this report is amazing. It gives you so much ideas on what to do next. And it's also great if you again manage it for a client just to send as a weekly report. And last, my favorite is going to be the competitor research. So basically we just tell AI to look at the ad account and then search the Meta Ads library. Now, I also tried it with Claude and it did not really work, but with ChatGPT, for example, it's much easier. And it also might not work for all brands because, for example, if you have a lead generation business, it might be different compared to an e-commerce business or a school community, depending on your niche, your target audience, and also on how many competitors you have. So here's the report in real time. It's looking at the data. It realized we are selling t-shirts for developers. We are mainly using static ads, the offer being up to 35% off. Currently, it's searching the Meta Ads library for similar ads, and we'll see what it comes up with. Real quick, if you like the video so far and you want to find all the prompts, those are going to be in my school community. So check out the link in the description and let's get back to the competitor report. Okay, so first it gave me some data on the competitors, and then here's the competitor set with the brands, how many active ads found, and then the current visible hook, which is only available for a limited time. This is the same for the top 2 brands. We have snapshots and active ad examples, which is crazy. You just need to click this URL and it's going to take you to the Meta Ads library. So let's open the link and you can see the exact ad that your competitors are running. You can see when they started the ad. So about a month ago, they are only running it on Facebook. And then you can also see more details or check out the landing page they use. You have even more breakdown, the hooks they are using, the angles they are using in the ads. So this is all data that you can use for your own campaigns. We also have the limited offers they are running. For example, limited availability is one of their biggest focus, and also the different formats they are testing. So grid images, lifestyle images, warning message graphics, product collections, discount overlays, what they are doing that we are currently not utilizing. and then also the competitive gap we can use to beat our competitors. So this is super powerful. You can ask for even more examples. It just gave me like 6 examples from my competitors. You can ask for even more. So I think this is super powerful. If you want to see more videos like this, or you want to see maybe how to create an agent that's going to pull a report like this weekly or monthly, I can also make a video on that. So subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next video.